Today, we bring you a story that is powerful, a story that shows courage, determination, and communities standing up to protect themselves. The headline says it all: Bandits rooted as community takes back cash and weapons. Now, let's break this down because there is so much to learn and so much we can admire about what is happening here. Across Nigeria, particularly in areas where communities have faced repeated attacks, there are people who have had enough. They are tired of living in fear, of having their livelihoods threatened, of seeing their towns and villages disrupted by violence. These bandits, who have long terrorized some communities, have been challenged, and in this story, they were forced to retreat. The community did not wait for help alone. They took action, they organized, and they reclaimed not only their security but also the cash and weapons that had been taken or threatened. This is important because it shows that courage and unity can make a real difference. When local people work together, sharing information, alerting authorities, and acting decisively, it changes the balance. The criminals who had operated with relative freedom suddenly find themselves facing determined opposition. Imagine the scene: families who once lived in fear, now seeing their community come together, local leaders coordinating with security forces, youth groups watching and reporting suspicious movements, and the police responding quickly. Weapons that were once in the hands of criminals are now recovered. Money that was at risk of being lost or used for harm is returned to the rightful owners. This is not just a small victory, it is a statement. Communities will no longer be victims. They will be active participants in their own safety. And this story is happening in many parts of Nigeria. From towns in the northwest to areas closer to the Middle Belt, reports show that where communities engage proactively, there is a measurable difference. Schools can reopen, markets can operate, and farmers can return to their fields without the constant threat of attack. Every day, people are realizing that vigilance, unity, and communication with security forces can make a life-changing difference. Now, I want you to pause for a moment and really understand this. What the community did was not simple. It takes courage to stand up, it takes coordination, and it takes trust in one another. They had to organize themselves, stay alert, and make quick decisions to reclaim safety and property. And the results are clear. Cash and weapons were recovered. Bandits were routed. Peace, even if temporary, was restored. This is why stories like this matter. It is not just about reporting an incident. It is about showing what is possible when people refuse to be intimidated. And it is a reminder to all of us that security is not only the responsibility of authorities. Everyone has a role to play. Local vigilance, community cooperation, and timely reporting can prevent tragedy. It can save lives. And as we talk about this, I want to remind you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. The more people understand these stories, the more we can spread awareness and inspire other communities to take positive action. Now, let's think about what this does to the bandits. When they see communities fighting back, when they see that the people are no longer passive, it sends a strong message. They cannot operate freely. They are faced with resistance, and that resistance grows stronger when communities unite and act smartly. Every weapon recovered, every bit of cash returned, is not just a material gain, it is a symbol of courage and resilience. It shows that even ordinary people, working together, can make a difference against organized criminals. This is a powerful lesson for every community. And this is also a call to action. If you live in areas that are affected by such security challenges, there are steps you can take. Stay aware, stay informed, communicate with your neighbors, and work closely with local authorities. Every small action counts. Every alert, every piece of information shared can prevent a larger crisis. It's also inspiring to see how people in these communities help each other. The elderly, the youth, local leaders, and even women play active roles in maintaining vigilance and safety. This is a true picture of solidarity, a reminder that safety is a shared responsibility. And while we celebrate these victories, we also have to remember that the fight is ongoing. Bandits may try to return, and communities must remain vigilant. But the courage shown here is the beginning of a larger movement, a movement where communities refuse to be intimidated, where they reclaim control over their safety, and where they send a clear message. We will not live in fear. Resilience are stronger than fear. It shows that when communities act together, they can actually make a lasting impact on security. And this is the part I want everyone watching to really understand. Courage is not only about facing danger head-on. It is about planning, observing, communicating, and staying united. That's exactly what these communities did. They didn't panic. They didn't act recklessly. They acted smartly, and the results speak for themselves. Now, think about the impact this has on daily life. When communities reclaim their safety, schools reopen, children can walk to school without fear, markets operate freely, and farmers can tend their fields. Life can return to normal. This is the real benefit of what happened, not just the recovery of cash or weapons, but the restoration of confidence and hope. And as I tell this story, I want to remind you again to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Sharing this story is important because it spreads awareness and inspires other communities to take action in ways that are safe and effective. Another point to note is the role of local leadership in all of this. Community leaders, elders, and youth coordinators often play a critical role in organizing efforts, maintaining communication with security agencies, and ensuring that actions are safe and strategic. This is not a random act, it is coordinated, planned, and executed with the safety of everyone in mind. And let's talk about the psychological effect on the bandits. When they realize that a community is alert, united, and proactive, it changes their calculations. They cannot move freely, they cannot intimidate easily, and they become more likely to retreat or abandon their plans. That is exactly what happened here. They were routed. And this sends a strong, clear message to any criminal thinking they can operate without resistance. I also want to emphasize that this is a story about hope. It shows that ordinary people can take extraordinary action when faced with threats. It is empowering because it demonstrates that fear does not have to control lives. Communities can fight back safely, reclaim what is theirs, and protect the vulnerable. And once again, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment. Share your thoughts on what communities can do to stay safe. Your input could spark discussions that help other communities take smart, proactive measures. Now, looking at the broader picture, this is also a lesson in collaboration. Communities working together with law enforcement, sharing intelligence, and supporting one another can significantly reduce crime and insecurity. It is not about taking the law into your own hands recklessly, it is about partnership, vigilance, and timely action. Every recovered weapon and every recovered amount of cash is more than a material gain. It is proof that the community can assert control over its environment, and this is why these stories are so important to share. They give hope, show resilience, and provide practical examples of how ordinary people can make a real difference. And while we celebrate these victories, it is important to stay alert. Criminals may attempt to return, but communities that are united, vigilant, and informed have a much stronger position. The key lesson here is consistency. Continuous vigilance, constant communication, and unwavering unity are what maintains safety over time. So, as I continue to share this story with you, remember to like, subscribe, and share this video. Spread the message of hope and courage. Encourage conversations about community safety. Every comment, every discussion, and every share can help inspire more proactive measures across the country. This story is also a call to action for everyone watching. We all have a role to play in creating safer communities. Whether it is alerting authorities, supporting neighborhood groups, or just staying aware and helping those around us, every action counts. This is a living example of what it looks like when communities reclaim their power and refuse to live in fear. Now, think about the broader impact. When these victories happen, it doesn't just affect one town or village, it inspires neighboring communities. It creates a ripple effect. People see that standing together works, that vigilance pays off, and that safety is possible even in areas that have faced repeated threats. And I cannot stress enough, hit the like button and subscribe if you are learning from this story. Every time you engage with content like this, you help spread awareness and encourage positive action. At the core, this is about empowerment. It is about ordinary people realizing they are not powerless. They can influence outcomes. They can reclaim safety. They can protect their families, their neighbors, and their property. This is a story that inspires, that teaches, and that encourages action.